I, 24 female. Need help figuring out how to divorce my husband, 28 male. TW. Domestic abuse, alcoholism, substance abuse, infidelity. My, 24 female, husband. Glenn, 28 male. And I have one child, 9 mo. And he has an older daughter from a previous relationship who he doesn't get to see right now, possibly ever. When we met, Glenn, fake name for privacy, of course, and I seemed perfectly aligned. We had similar ideals, morals, similar trauma, wanted the same number of kids, even. In hindsight, that was a big red flag, as well as how quickly he wanted to lock me down, even going so far as to suggest I was pregnant repeatedly. I was very inexperienced sexually when we met, and had irregular periods due to health issues. At the time though I didn't see those things clearly, partially because I was dealing with my mom's cancer, and then her death. During our first year together, Glenn put a lot of pressure on me. I quickly became his physical and mental caretaker, became the breadwinner. Even though Glenn had much higher earning potential and qualifications, he claimed to be too sick to work often enough that he lost multiple jobs in a 2-month span. After that I just gave up and assumed if it didn't come from me, it wasn't coming. 6 months after we met he pressured me into getting pregnant, which I don't really regret because my son is awesome and it was my only chance for my mom to see me pregnant. He began working again shortly after I gave birth, and now makes close to $40K a year. When we met, my husband claimed to like wine, and would jokingly say he drinks too much. What he should have said is that he's a raging alcoholic. Multiple times, I have watched him scrape together our literal last $3, and take it to buy wine. I spent my first 2 trimesters terrified I was going to lose my beautiful baby from lack of food. He is also, 85% of the time, a vicious mean drunk. He didn't even pull his punches while I was pregnant until I hulked out and tossed him across the room. Of course he cried about that, because I was so mean to him. It didn't matter that I did it because he was threatening to punch my pregnant belly. And in case anyone asks, yes, he's choked me so I know I'm statistically more likely to get murdered. And despite him now making a fairly decent living, he still refuses to pay any bill he's not absolutely forced to, by me, of course, because, FCK them. I'll pay them when I pay them. I need more wine. There's more, but there's a character limit. Long story short, I have a job now, yay. And my son will be starting daycare soon. I'm making plans to leave him. Finding an attorney and everything. I have plans for literally everything, except how to tell him. Our lease is up in October, which is when I hope to have everything finalized. I'm specifically worried about giving him enough notice that he'll rent a smaller apartment he can actually afford, since he won't be needing any room for anyone but himself, but not enough notice that I'm, in a bunch of danger. Or that my baby is in a bunch of danger. My sister lives with us currently, so she's good as backup, and I have lots of friends and family that I talk to and can stay with, despite his best efforts lol. But I want this to be relatively seamless so that our child still has the most stable possible outcome. Any advice? He does know I'm looking at a divorce, but thinks all of our problems can be solved if I just stop being a bitch. I have been documenting everything, and I have multiple witnesses. But has anyone been in this situation before? Will therapy potentially help? I'm not holding my breath on it, because he doesn't think he's the problem. I'd divorce him either way, but I want my kid to at least have a chance at knowing his dad, with supervised visitation. Any tips, resources I should know? Don't give him advance warning. Make a plan, find a woman's shelter and get out quick. This man isn't a parent to his first kid and won't be to this one. You are in danger, hun. Don't tell him anything until you're safely away. It might not hurt to inform the police of your move date and let them know you're leaving an abusive household. Just to have a record in case he escalates behavior or any tips they may have. Good luck and I'm so proud of you. So proud of you, and impressed by how mature you are for your age. Do not give him any notice, it wouldn't be safe for you to do so. I, 25M, dumped my girlfriend, 25F, over a tweet. Don't know if I did the right thing. So I, 25M, was friends with my now ex-girlfriend, 25F, for about 2 years before we decided to start dating a couple of months ago. We never dated before because we were both in serious relationships with other people. But since then, things have been pretty amazing. So good, that she even moved in with me a month ago and it's been great. This was until 2 days ago when she had the day off from work and started acting weirdly. It started in the morning. I woke up for work and she got a phone call from a random number and left my apartment to answer it. She returned 2 hours later, and when I asked who she was talking to, she said it was nobody. As the day goes on, I notice her texting a lot and giggling at her phone, but she won't share any information with me as to why. Finally, around 2 p.m. she got another call from the same number in the morning and left my apartment to answer it again. I grow suspicious at this point, but she has never done anything that would lead me to believe she's being unfaithful. She returned after about an hour of her being away on the phone. This is when I decided to take a look at her social media. Then I saw that she posted a tweet 20 minutes earlier, a screenshot of a conversation flirting with another man and the caption saying, "I love him so much less than 333. The conversation was of them flirting and him saying, "You're ruining my day, sad face." When she said she was too busy to hang out with him tonight. Probably because she's living with me. My heart sank. I confronted her and asked who she was cheating on me with, and she said it was a texting conversation between her and her girl best friend, but she put her contact name as a man's name and posted it on Twitter to make her ex jealous. I don't believe a word she's telling me. Then she starts saying I'm crazy because she didn't know I could even see her Twitter. I ask her to show me the messages then if they are actually between her and her girlfriend, and she starts crying and refuses to show me the messages. She says I'll never get to see them and I just have to choose whether to believe her or not. So, I break up with her. I don't deserve any of this, and I'd never do anything like this to her. I said I take this as proof she's cheating. I can no longer trust her and want nothing to do with her anymore. I kicked her out of my apartment and decided to call it quits. She starts saying I'm overreacting and I'm taking this too far and there's no reason for us to break up over a silly mistake. She says I have no proof that those texts were even real, that it's not even this serious, and breaking up with her is jumping to conclusions without giving her the benefit of the doubt. I hate that she's trying to manipulate me into thinking I'm taking this too far. I already went no contact and broke up with her, but she's telling all her friends and everyone that I'm just crazy and jumped to conclusions and dumped her over a silly tweet. That's the worst, I can explain, I ever heard. Of course if it's true I'd call the female best friend to verify. Holy shit, the gaslighting is real. You did the right thing. Good job, we are all proud of you. I think you did the right thing, but you don't notice you have enough evidence. Why would she want to make her ex jealous? The only reasons are to reel him back in, or to make him hurt. I would not want to have anything to do with a person who does that either way. Next time dump as soon as someone leaves you for 2 hours to answer a text. At least you did it eventually. Social media is so fucking toxic to relationships. My boyfriend, 39M, wants to move in with me, 32F, before his divorce is final. My boyfriend, 39M, and I, 32F, have been dating for one wonderful year. I have been divorced for a few years and he is currently separated. His ex is stalling with the paperwork and we expect it to be completed in around 6 months from now, best case scenario. His ex has also been dating someone for over a year. Our relationship has been stable, loving and trustful thus far. And #X200B. It gave me pause when a few months in he didn't want to add me to his social page but reluctantly did so that I wouldn't feel suspicious or wonder why not. He is very active on there, however he doesn't post, only very rarely. Around 6 months in I asked him if we could become online official, and update our relationship status, and he mostly avoided the topic but said, when we do, we'll have a lot of nice pictures to share. And #X200B. A couple of months ago I asked him again if we could share a hint of our relationship on social media because I want to share this exciting time in my life with everyone else. I shared with him that it made me feel a bit hidden that we couldn't yet. He stated that it would be in bad taste before his divorce was fully official. I have met his parents and they are lovely, so that eased my mind a little. I have also briefly met his ex. I am just confused that he is so excited to move in together and start this new chapter in our lives yet will not add any hint of our relationship to social media. I asked wouldn't it be in bad taste, then, to live together before it's official? His answer was no, as long as all finances are separated and the paperwork is at least submitted. And #X200B. My question is this. Am I being naive or am I just allowing my anxiety to take over? Too long did not read. My boyfriend was hesitant to add me on social and won't add any hint of our relationship still after a year of dating, even though we are moving in together soon. It makes sense that you're bothered. Your expectation is appropriate. He is bad news. He is likely playing you. Don't live with him. Unless he buys a house, puts you on it, and pay for everything. There's a reason he's getting divorced. My brother is like this, I've seen many men do this. You're likely just the flavor of today. I have refused to meet any more of his girlfriends because it feels icky to me now. I make them feel like they've met his family, like everything is okay, but it's absolutely not. I know he's going to break their hearts. He's also lovely, the sweetest to them, travels the world with them, moves in with them. Then gets bored and moves on. Do not let him in your house. If it's in poor taste to change your online relationship status, then it's in poor taste to move in together. His excuse makes no sense because then by that logic changing his online status wouldn't be in poor taste either as long as finances are separated and paperwork submitted. Okay. Number 1, your boyfriend is nearly 40 and you're in your 30s. WTH is online official. I've been in a relationship for over 3 years. My relationship status on Facebook has been, it's complicated, for nearly 10 years, and I've posted photos with my boyfriend 2-3 as part of a collage of photos. Not everything has to be on social media to make it official. With that said, why don't you post pictures of you and your boyfriend online and change your relationship status to in a relationship with him and see how he responds? That's the true test. While I rarely posted pics with my BF, there was never a don't do that direction. I think it's a bad idea for him to move in with you if he is uncomfortable mentioning you on social media. Actually, I think you need to date for at least a year after his divorce. Your comment that his wife is stalling on paperwork is concerning, even if she does openly have a boyfriend.